All right, just here recording a short video on a guide on how to use Arlecchino, I guess, melts to do this Veteran Frost Operative Bloodsoaked Blade, whatever this is, what is it, Fearless difficulty. So, here's my stats. That's not the stat I'm looking for. So here are Arlecchino. She has her weapon at R1. We're on Gladiator's Finale. They're pretty good artifacts, but nothing insane. So it is what it is. Power damage bonus, crit rate, it's pretty decent. C0 talents. I guess the only one you really need to care about is your skill. So there you go. Here's her overall stat breakdown. Yada yada yada. Next up is Shilonen. Very simple. 3.2k. You know, whatever. Fluid of Epspizal. Hero Cinder City. I don't think it matters that much. C0. Yada yada yada. Okay, Sit Lolly. Here's my stats. Again, I don't think it really matters that much because they're just here to provide buffs by existing. I do have R1, but it is what it is. We have an overlapping set, so this is unoptimized. It's overlapping with Shilonen, so it's unoptimized. Sorry, it's really late. I'm kind of brain farting here. And again, C0, talents or whatever, doesn't really matter. Doesn't who cares? Okay, and then Bennett, we have 260 ER because I'm insane. Don't look at the crit stats, that's not important. So I'm running Skyward Blade. The damage stats on Bennett do not matter. Literally all you need is like 200 plus 250 ER. Don't look at these crit stats, they aren't meaningful, okay? C6 and a Crown Burst, all right? So, yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and play my recorded run and go ahead and narrate and point out any particular things that I see that are important. Oh shoot, I forgot to resize this. Okay, that's awkward. All right, there you go. Okay, so we can full screen this. All right, so let me think. Some things to note. It is important to open correctly, which is to make sure that you have your Bennett burst up and loaded. So here's what you do. Right, you start with Arlecchino, you go with E, and that makes a bunch of particles. You want to immediately swap to Bennett and make sure that Bennett picks up all those particles. So if you look down here, can you see my cursor? Yeah, if you look down here, uh, right, Bennett is already like 60%, 60, 70% full on his burst just off of Arlecchino's particles. He picks up his own particles, and he is how full is he? Yeah, he has his entire burst, right? Just like right off the go. So that's what you want to do. That's what we mean by funneling particles. Okay. And then we just do Shilonen, do a buff, do Sit Lolly, whatever. Okay. One thing to note, the boss will always follow the exact same 3 attack pattern whenever the Bond of Life starts. So whenever the boss has this bar under them, they're going to do the same attack, which is going to be a slash, a shoot, and then a stab. So this is the first slash attack. He's going to do a stab attack, a shoot attack, and then they're going to do a stab dash. Now, if you notice, I back up. I'm chilling, I'm patient. I just let them come to me, and then once they whiff the dash, now is the time to start damaging and stuff. So I reapply my buffs, and I have Arlecchino start whacking away. Okay, and another thing to note, while this boss has the Bond of Life up, Arlecchino's Bond of Life will also constantly be regenerating, so as you can see, we're basically at maximum, so Arlecchino's doing a lot of damage. Now, if you notice, I do not consume Arlecchino's mark until later, because I don't have to, because my Bond of Life is basically full. Sorry, I'm really tired. Let me go back and show you what I mean. Right, so, right, Bond of Life, the boss shield breaks, my Bond of Life starts going down because the boss is no longer applying Bond of Life to me. So I wait until my Bond of Life is about halfway done, and then I do a charge attack to consume my Bond of Life and refill my Bond of Life, so Arlecchino's still doing like maximum damage, right? And then once again, once you use the E, funnel the particles into Bennett to make sure his burst is always up, right? And then just go ahead and reapply your bursts, your buffs and stuff. I don't even bother using Sit Lolly ulti because I don't know. You probably could use Sit Lolly ulti and optimize it further. Maybe I should test it. I don't know. But yeah, you could use Sit Lolly ulti, and then you can get forward melts. Maybe I think I don't know, but whatever. Okay, so once again, right, use Arlecchino E, funnel particles into Bennett. once this boss activates Bond of Life, they're going to do the same 3 attacks: slash, stab, no, slash, shoot, stab. So here we are. There's the slash, there's shoot, just patiently waiting, and then make sure they whiff the thing, and then they're going to stay in place, and you can start going ham bony on it. Right? So now, yeah, just Arlecchino, whack, 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 whack. Let the thing stay cooked because you're at maximum Bond of Life. Um, and yeah, there you go, right? So I think when you're streaming on Twitch, it's obviously, very difficult to get feedback from chat because it's delayed and, things are typing. But hopefully, if this is all set up in like one video clip for you, it'll be something that you can understand. It is currently 2:30 a.m. and I'm tired as fuck. So sorry if this sounds kind of out of there. But anyways, there you go. 6-minute video. Hopefully it's helpful. Go get that 5-star clear, baby.